In this video, I'll break down the Samsung Galaxy A55 with 7 reasons to buy it, but also 2 reasons to avoid it. In terms of price and features, it sits just above the Galaxy A35 in Samsung's lineup. But is it really worth paying extra for the A55? Let's get into it, starting with the pros. First pro, enhanced Super AMOLED display with Vision Booster. The A55 features a 6.6-inch Super AMOLED display just like the A35, but the difference lies in the brightness and contrast enhancements. While the A35 already looks good outdoors with its 1000 nits of peak brightness, the A55 also received 1000 nits, but the more expensive phone features Samsung's Vision Booster for better visibility in harsh sunlight. Vision Booster automatically adapts the display, making dark areas brighter and colors richer, so that even in direct sunlight you'll clearly see images. It's a great thing to have. Both phones feature Gorilla Glass Victus Plus for durability and a 120Hz refresh rate, but the A55 looks more premium with its 85.8 screen-to-body ratio. It has smaller bezels, which is always a pleasure to see. Second pro, even better stereo speakers. Like the A35, the A55 has stereo speakers, but the audio tuning is slightly more refined on the A55. It delivers better clarity and slightly deeper bass. If you consume a lot of content, YouTube, Netflix, or mobile gaming, you'll appreciate the small but noticeable upgrade in speaker quality. Third pro, upgraded camera setup. Both phones share a similar triple camera setup on paper, 50MP main, 8MP ultra-wide, and a 5MP macro. But in reality, the A55 produces better results, especially in low light and portrait mode, thanks to the improved image processing and software optimization. I always enjoy taking photos with the A55. This is really a capable phone when you want to capture moments. The colors are good, the shadows look nice, and I have nothing to complain about. And drumroll, here's a key upgrade. 4K video recording on the A55 is available on all of its cameras. It doesn't matter if you choose the wide, ultra-wide, or macro camera. You can record stunning 4K videos on all of them. On the A35, you can only do 4K while using the main camera. The A55 also gives a more consistent video stabilization and better dynamic range during recording. It's just a more polished video experience overall. Fourth pro, superior performance. This is where things really start to separate. The A55 is powered by the Exynos 1480, a newer chip that is 20 to 25% faster than the Exynos 1380 in the A35. Plus, the A55 includes an upgraded Xclipse GPU. With it, games look better and run smoother. Just in case you were curious, A55's GPU is 30 to 50% better than A35's GPU. So, when it comes to performance, we see quite a serious upgrade on the more expensive phone. Fifth pro, premium build with an IP67 rating. Both the A35 and A55 offer an IP67 water and dust resistance. It is said that they will survive if you submerge them in water up to 1 meter deep for 30 minutes. But since we're talking about build quality, the A55 brings an aluminum frame that elevates the overall feel of the phone. It's not just tougher, it looks and feels more like a flagship device. So if build quality is a big deal for you, the A55 has a clear edge here. 6 Pro, good software support and security. For both phones, Samsung promises 4 years of OS updates and 5 years of security patches, so you're set until at least 2028. There aren't major differences when it comes to the operating system. Both phones benefit from Samsung Knox for added security, and they run One UI 6.1, which is clean, customizable, and feature-rich. Let's move on to the last pro before we get into the cons: good RAM and storage options. The A55 starts with 6GB of RAM by default. We see the same thing on the base A35 model. We also get 128GB internal storage by default on both, with the more expensive versions receiving up to 256 and up to 12 gigs of RAM. I want to focus on the base model for a bit, since on the cheaper A25 we only get 4GB of RAM. These being mid-range devices, we get 6, which is enough for most people. An important thing to mention is the microSD card slot. On both phones, you can expand the storage up to 1TB, which is great. These were the good things. Now let's also talk about the main downsides. First con, no headphone jack. Just like the A35, the A55 doesn't include the 3.5mm headphone jack. If you still prefer wired headphones, you'll need an USB-C adapter. This is becoming the norm, but it's still something to keep in mind, especially if you're upgrading from an older device that had the jack. Second con, the price. The A55 is more expensive than the A35, and while the upgrades are meaningful with things like aluminum frame, better performance, better cameras, it might not be worth it for everyone. If you're on a budget and already considering the A35, the phone still delivers excellent value. The A55 is for those who want a bit more polish and power. In conclusion, the Galaxy A55 is a well-rounded mid-range phone that builds on everything the A35 already does well, but it comes with an even better display, more premium build, better sound, better cameras, and faster performance. It's a smart upgrade if you're willing to pay extra. Still, if you're on a tight budget, the A35 remains a fantastic choice. I like what Samsung's doing with the A series. It feels like they're giving real value. The A55 is definitely a mid-ranger that feels close to flagship territory in some ways. I hope my video clearly showed you what the differences are between the A55 and A35, and if you enjoyed it, give it a like. See you in the next one, guys. Take care.